What's up, boys? Week 2 in the books. Joe, not the best week.
For from a down to the wire type of perspective, nope.
Nah, there was a lot of blowouts.
Yeah.
Lots of blowouts. But a little around the NFL action. Falcons beat Green Bay. Suck it, Jerv. Steelers beat Browns. Suck it, Browns fans. Miami beat New England. Suck it, Luke. Seattle beat Detroit. Suck it, Bobby. And the Saints go marching in. Suck it, Panther fans.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I like that recap. That was a good recap.
That was my NFL recap. Not gonna do a long one because we have a bunch of trades, and stuff to get into. Let's start off with the first matchup. We'll do technologically declined versus you haven't seen crazy. Fuck you, Chris. What the fuck was that?
That must have been the crazy.
That was the yes. Okay, see, I called him out last week or the week before, and about how I haven't seen the crazy yet, and I got the crazy. I got a full dose of the crazy. I didn't like it.
Yeah, definitely. Most explosive team this week. 6 players over 18 points.
Yeah, six players over 18 points, man.
That's pretty crazy.
The only thing I can hang my hat to is that nobody else beat him in the league too.
Yeah, so he was the best. You weren't going to win that week,
no,
regardless.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, his team went off. My team, I'm not good at fantasy football. Like this is. It's tough. I don't have a single running back. I don't have a single running back. I have 5 running backs on my team, and none of them scored over 5 points.
Yeah,
like that's bad.
That's bad.
Now I'm making moves, and I do have Kamara coming back after week 3, so we're gonna stay tuned. You know, I was hoping to pull out 1 or 2 wins before Kamara came back, but thanks to Chris, I am now 0-2. Chris is 1-1. I don't think he's the best 1-1 team, but he's up there. He might be the second best 1-1 team.
Well, to put it in perspective, he did, and I had to kind of look back at our previous year because him being commissioner and kind of completely messing up our league and not renewing it, instead creating a whole new league or just copying it. Basically, that puts him now 6 all time. For a weekly.
Oh, okay. So
for weekly points.
Oh, so that was the 6th highest overall week score.
Yep.
Okay.
So we still have Bobby at the top, 176. Still got Huff next at 169. Matt Wilson, 168. Another Huff at 164, and Senor Pipe with 164.3 or 28.
Nice. All right. Well, hey, he got on the top 10. I keep forgetting that Huff had those last couple of years. Huff had like these crazy fucking weeks.
Yep.
My biggest thing, I obviously have no room to talk and tell Chris what to do, but if you want my advice, let's bench Kittle for Laporta. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's actually going to listen to any of our advice, especially the way we graded out his team at the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, he's on revenge tour.
He's on a revenge tour.
We gave him bulletin board material at the beginning, so he's just taking it and rolling with it like Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So little mental note: let's not poke the bear next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Chris, again, that's the only thing I have for you. For me, I'm making moves. That's all. I'm going to start making moves.
You're waiting on Alvin Kamara like Saints fans are.
Yes.
So
except I'm just going the opposite direction of the Saints.
Yes. So, yeah, you definitely need him. A-Chain was a tad too early start. I think he might get some action towards the end of the year.
I started him out of necessity because it was either him or Zach Carbonet.
Oh, I saw that.
Okay.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I guess the bright spot that, though, you can say is Lamar Jackson actually came around at least.
Yes, he did.
He had himself 26.88 points, which is nice.
Tyler Lockett on the bench looks fine. It looks like he's gonna do well in Seattle. Yeah. So Chris beats me, 161.82 to 98.58. Next up we have Team KennyGTX versus Pollard Greens. This sucks to be Connor right now. It sucks to be Connor right now because he would have beat almost all the teams in the league.
Oh yeah.
Except for maybe he was 4th, I think. He had the 4th most points scored. So
or third.
No, he had
no,
the
4th. Pollard Greens.
Pollard
Greens. I didn't look at him.
Yeah. So that's always tough. It's always tough. silver lining, I mean, he had a really solid week. Like, he had, Ayuk got hurt, right? So that's why he only put up 5.
Yeah, he got a little nicked up.
Dallas Goedert, it's going to happen. He's gonna have weeks where he's going to get 5.2. It's just, he'll get a touchdown every now and then, but that's just what's going to happen.
Well, the top average for tight ends right now is about 14 points. So 5 points, it may look a little bad, but in perspective of tight ends, it's not, like, terrible.
In the grand scheme of things.
Yep.
And the 49ers are going to put up better numbers. Matt Wilson. Well done. Well done. This is a team.
Can I give props to both of these teams?
Yeah, go for it.
Going back to Ken, T. Higgins, he had 0 points in the first week and was being talked about as trades. He starts him 24 points in his lineup.
He started him over more Flowers and Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't know. Do you think that was a mess up?
I don't know.
Do you think he just because that
like,
was,
where the fuck was that?
Where
from?
yeah, that was like so far out of left field that it's like he just forgot.
And then on the other side of things, Daniel Jones had that horrific week the week before, and hey, props to Matt Wilson for sticking with him.
That made no sense too.
But I bet he was sweating at the first half.
Yeah, he had to have been.
Yeah,
he was like, I just made myself look like an idiot.
I think 30 of those points came in the second half. 4 of those probably the first half.
I wouldn't doubt it. This is another one of those instances where I think they just may have forgot and started them and got lucky.
Yeah.
Now I could be wrong. They could have had full intent of starting them with the purpose of them turning it around, but I don't think so. I can't really talk again. He went off and he still had Garrett Wilson on the bench. He has since traded him, but we'll get to that. Probably best to get rid of the Broncos defense, which he did.
Can we talk about how Cam Akers paid off? He drafted him, still kept on to him, and now he's traded over to the Minnesota Vikings. You gotta give some respect when somebody hangs on to players like that.
Yep. I think one of those. I think the reason maybe is because he drafted him so high.
Okay.
When I draft a player high, like I'm never dropping Najee Harris. I don't care if he throws up goose eggs the next 3 weeks.
It's a matter of pride at this point.
Yeah. It's like I drafted him that much, so in my brain he has so much more value than he's actually worth.
Yes.
And I think that might have been a Cam Akers thing. I don't know. Again, this is just me spitballing here.
Or, Daniel Jones, Cam Akers, is he just not active in the league? He's not setting his lineups.
I don't know if he's setting his lineups.
He's just not setting his lineups.
and he's still scoring. Again, we can't really talk because these two guys scored the top 4 points in the league.
I know.
So, good job, guys. We're being bitter here.
Yeah.
Being bitter.
Hunter Henry, quietly second best tight end in the league right now. Fantasy.
Ooh, that's good. I might trade him. Do you got anything else?
That's it.
All right, team KennyGTX loses to Pollard Greens 150.84 to 131.36. Next, we have what Herberts the most for he changed his name Stinky McGee. It was SkeeYee.
SkeeYee. Yep.
Yeah, you need to change your name. You got to throw that. This is a throw out the tape and never think about this week again if you're Jerv.
Yeah, rebrand, maybe get a whole new team. Bad.
Great.
I was gonna say what hurts the most is 25 points on your bench.
Yeah, it was a decent. Okay, gotcha. I see what you did.
Yeah, it was there.
I didn't hear the Mostert part.
Yeah.
25 points. But again, this is one of those situations where like you can go to sleep at night easy knowing that even if you had started Mostert, you would have still gotten blown out.
Probably.
Definitely. You had 2 goose eggs, bro. Like it's so impressive to win with 1 goose egg, let alone 2 goose eggs. Yeah, sorry, dude. Pratt Freiermuth, not the answer. I don't know what's going on in New York with the Jets. But I do want to give credit where credit's due. Nice little bounce back for Luth. I think in the long run he'll need to make some moves. Good thing for him is Ramondre Stevenson does seem to be the guy in New England. Mm-hmm. So as long as he stays healthy, I don't trust anything Denver does. So I'd say maybe like think about doing something with Jerry Jeudy. I just don't trust Denver at all.
Yeah. On the other hand, I like the Herbert Mike Williams connection.
Yeah. You
Seems
always
to be-
like seeing that.
Yeah. Yep. Quarterback, wide receiver duo on the same team is pretty nice. And can we say Kelsey's back?
Kelsey's he's back. He had he was targeted a lot of times. He only caught the ball 4 times. But he was definitely he was targeted 9 times. He had 26 yards and a tutty. He's kind of back.
He's back.
He's kind of back.
Luth has to be very ecstatic about that.
Yep. Let's see what their benches look like. Kadarius Toney's off his bed. Damn, they got a lot of people off their roster, which Jerv needed to get rid of half of his roster. Jahmyr Gibbs is the biggest question mark here, just because of how much volume David Montgomery's getting.
But Montgomery's a little bit nicked up, actually.
He is a little nicked up.
So it'll be interesting how it plays out from here on out.
Right. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess in that situation, you want to have the younger of the two. So that bodes well for Luth.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Devontae Adams did Devontae Adams things. Stevenson. It was a good bounce back week. It wasn't like anything like blow your socks off, but it was a good bounce back week. I agree with you. Starting Justin Herbert over Tua, obviously ended up panning out for him.
Well, we've talked about that, and that's going to be the what we keep an eye out is, does he win the quarterback starter challenge? Because Tua looks good, and Herbert looks good. Both look like they're going to have breakout years or get back to where they were.
Back to where they used to be.
Yeah. So it's just going to be like, does he start the right one?
Yeah.
And he did.
Coin flip. We'll keep an eye on it. You got anything else for this one?
That's about it.
Jerv burned the tape.
Yeah, burn the tape. I would think this team would, if this was like last year, I feel like this team would be like really good, but it's 2023, so.
Actually, yeah, you're right. This team would be super fucking good if this was last year.
Yeah, so he's still trying to play for last year's championship.
Gotcha.
But hey, look, it's gone.
It's a new year, Jerv.
It's gone. Bobby already got that.
Yeah.
Move on.
So Mostert and Aaron Jones, those are definitely going in. He's actually, like, if everything pans out, he's actually got a decent running back squad, and Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle are going to be good. He just had this was just a burn the tape, never think about it again week.
Yep.
All right, what Herbert's the most for beats Stinky McGee 111.4 to 64.64. Let's see what's the next one. Skol is in session versus the Reek show. I think Luke might be the best fantasy player of all time.
Are we dubbing him the best fantasy player of all time?
The best visionary.
Visionary.
The fantasy visionary.
Okay.
We'll call him that. How about the fantasy visionary?
Okay.
To keep Kareem Hunt on your bench through all of this, through thick and thin.
Oh gosh.
Is a remarkable feat. The words cannot describe this. It was a beautiful thing.
I just all these different moves are just baffling me. How people are just seeing it, and I don't know if they are just seeing it, or if it's just like they're just not doing anything. I mean, he did draft a free agent in the draft.
No, he drafted him. Yeah, that's the thing. He drafted him and he kept him.
So this one has to be the most impressive.
I don't know if I don't know what's more impressive. The fact that he put up almost 140 points either that or he put up almost 140 points with Brian Robinson and Puka Nacua on his bench. Did you see that?
I know. And what was it?
That's over 50 points.
How much did he pay for Puka?
Probably next to nothing. Promise you. Well, no, because Puka had a lot.
I was about to say
he had quite a few targets last week. So
yeah, no, Puka was a pretty highly sought out. He was $321.
Okay,
so that was a pretty highly sought out one. Maybe not as highly sought as this week, but we'll get into that a little bit later. The players on the waiver wire.
If you look at it, he made the right decision because he has Justin Jefferson, Chris Olave, and Keenan Allen.
So why even get Puka?
Trade.
That's true.
Trade.
That's true.
This makes me really sad to see because you know how my fantasy crush is Keenan Allen, and I've finally given up on him this year, and he's just been tearing up.
Absolutely tearing up.
Yeah, it's miserable. This is miserable to watch.
It's straight misery.
Straight. Let's see. On the other end, Kyron Williams is a stud. So yeah, Huff is already taking full advantage of that. He's traded away. He's traded away 2 of his running backs. We'll get to that later, but. His team moving forward is going to be nasty.
Yeah, if it's any consolation prize, he would have beat all the other losers, except for one in this during this week.
That's good.
It wasn't like too bad of a week. It's just the Giants' defense. Oof.
Yeah, Giants' defense.
How do you see that one coming? It's Arizona.
I know. He's got a problem there, and Musgrave's not a. I don't think he's going to be a good tight end.
You don't think so?
No, I don't really think so. He's a young buck. Isn't he a rookie? Yeah, he's a rookie. I don't know. I think there's more problems in Green Bay though. That might be why.
Yeah, I think the promising thing about him is him having 75% of the snaps week 1 and then 88% of the snaps week 2. That's very encouraging.
Well, unless he turns out to be like a Greg Kittle.
I mean, yeah, that's of course he could.
Or what is he named? George Kittle?
George Kittle, one of the two. But yeah, that very well could be the case. But I mean, at the same time, you're still working down the blocking schemes, and if you're getting good snap percentage like that, that's encouraging at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's got Drake London on his bench. Huff will pull through. He always fucking does. He has nothing to worry about.
How does Kyron Williams look at this point?
That's what I'm saying. He's a stud.
He's a stud.
That's what I was saying earlier. He's a stud. That's why that's why Huff traded away 2 of his running backs. He could do it, and he's just got a stud wide receiver. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. But yeah. Congratulations, Luke. You are the visionary of fantasy. The fantasy visionary. You just see things when they're not there, and I don't know what else to tell you, man.
He's really is the Belichick of our league.
Yeah,
he's like the Belichick of our league. He just sees a lot of things that people don't.
But he's also a wild card, though. That's the thing. He's a wild card.
Yeah, like a random field goal, you just have a guy just flying in from the side and timing the snap on a field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he would like that. He's a Patriots fan.
Of course.
Anyways, Skol is in session, beats the Reek Show 139.6 to 101.02. Let's move on to he changed it. DK picks.
Yeah, he's on the DK pits, but it was what's under the towel.
Yeah.
So we're really glad he did change it.
DK picks, Dick picks, I'm guessing, versus Caleb Pressley. Excuse me. Let's see. Saquon Barkley being out is atrocious.
But for this week, both of those starting running backs found the end zone, which was nice.
It was just a sprain from Barkley, right? So he's probably going to be back next week or the week after.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything too major.
Yeah. Very underwhelming performance by Trevor Lawrence. Let's see. He didn't have very many points on the bench this time, but so he did have his optimal lineup. I don't know. On paper, James's team doesn't seem very bad. Tyler Algiers, you might want to get rid of.
I was about to say he needs a running back.
It's time to get a running back.
I think he's also in 2022. Hasn't really gotten into 2023 because if you remember last year, he started 2 backup running backs, and then we did call him crazy, but then at the same time they just went off.
Yeah. Yep.
So
that was weird. I think Mixon will get better as the Bengals get better, so he's got that to look forward to. Trevor Lawrence down again, a down week.
That was a weird game.
It was a weird. Yes, it was almost because you just expected it to be like the highest scoring game of the week, and it ended up being one of the lowest.
Mm-hmm.
Big straightaway Hopkins. Let's see, what else did he do? Dalvin Cook is he went -3. Luckily, he had him on his bench.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy. He had that. He had him on the bench. He did the right call on that one, but then he gave up on both of the Ravens running back. It seemed like he was going to try to figure out the Ravens running back system, and he just gave up on both of them. So I'm not entirely sure with the strategy. I mean, obviously there was a trade involved, and we'll get to that. And actually, I think it did benefit in the end, but yeah, just gave up on both of them.
Yeah, just did not like the Ravens running backs, I guess.
But I have to say, the Lions' Josh Reynolds has to be considered a flex at this point moving forward.
You gotta at least look at it.
Like at least look at it.
Just
look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah. So big. This was the closest matchup. That's what I'll say that about this one. It was the closest one.
Yeah.
Which is not saying much because it was like a 14-point difference. There wasn't. It did. I don't think it went down to. Did it go down to Monday night?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it went. Oh yeah, he had Williams, but it wasn't like he had already won.
At that point,
yeah, he already won at that point. So, you got anything else in this one?
That's about it.
All right, DK Picks beats Caleb Pressley 106.4 to 92.1. All right, let's get to the last one. Let's see, it's Jerkin Goff versus Bulletin Board Material. Well, Bulletin Board. I think we kind of all know what that is.
Yes, but it was so CarCoochie board.
Yeah, CarCoochie board
during at the time.
That's it. Sorry, Bob. Sorry, Bob. That's tough.
Yeah, Nick Chubb is tough.
That's tough, man. Your number one player goes out in week 2 for the season. Yeah, I mean, you don't ever want to see that happen.
No, obviously
not. Even that. Like, I don't even want to see that happen.
I feel bad. Like, I mean, obviously more for Nick Chubb, but I feel almost just as bad for like all fantasy owners that have Nick Chubb because he's just such a solid player.
Week in, week out. I had him last year. He was like the only thing I could rely on.
Mm-hmm.
The only one. So yeah,
he doesn't complain. He does his job. Like
that sucks. I had to start with that.
Yeah.
But I will say this, Joe, nice little week. You had a good week.
Appreciate it.
Including the fact that you started Justin Fields, which is wild. It's wild that he even got 16.74 points. I think you'll have a bounce back week from Calvin Ridley. Scary Terry's solid. And yeah, I think it's looking real nice, Joe. I think you got a solid squad here.
It's not bad. Gabe Davis is not going to be a consistent target. I just got to figure out when he's going to go off like he did this week. But in this case, I actually had a pretty good week, so it didn't matter.
I think this is one of those, just like what we talked about with Jer's week. This is one of those weeks where if you're Bobby, you take the tape, you throw it out back, you burn it, you bury it, you do whatever to destroy it, and never think about it again.
Why are we still starting Pitts? Why is Kyle Pitts in a starting lineup?
I don't know.
This makes no sense.
I mean, and we've had, this is our 4th year to learn?
I think it's 3rd year, but
it's his 3rd year in the league?
Yeah.
Okay, it was close.
Yeah, you were close. I mean, you're close. It's still enough time to know that, like, he's done. He's not here. He's not.
We've seen what Kyle Pitts is as from a fantasy standpoint. Let him go.
Juno Smith is taking over. Jonnu Smith. Jonnu, doesn't matter. He's still beating Pitts. It doesn't, I don't get it.
All right, let's just go down the line. Travis Etienne will do better for sure. Nick Chubb, that sucks. Let's see. Kyle Pitts, again, we've already talked about this. The Jets defense hopefully won't put up 1 point again.
Yeah, that Jets defense, that was one of my notes. It really let them down.
Brandon Cooks coming back will be nice. Let's see what else. And yeah, the fact that he's making moves is exciting. I love it.
Yeah, it's a very uncharacteristic move by him, but it is very exciting.
I don't know what prompted the sudden change here. I don't know.
It's that CarCoochie board.
All right, well, Joe, you got anything else on yours?
No, that's about it.
Okay, Jerkin Goff loses to Bulletin Board, the CarCoochie board. 71.68 to 122.94. All right, let's get through overpaid, underpaid really quick because there's really only one that matters. Let's see, where is it? Oh, yeah, Jerome.
Jerome Ford.
Mr. Jerome Ford set a record this week. Set a record $816.
81% of somebody's FAAB.
That would be Jay Luthbro. And here's the crazy part. It might be the best bid that we've ever had since we started FAAB.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that amount that they both posted, Luther posted 816 and Nearboss bid 813. That amount, and to get that close.
Yes.
$3 when you're putting up $800+ to get that close. I don't know. I think they might have it's almost like they just kind of called each other and negotiated beforehand, and then posted what they think the other a little more than the other person thought.
Yeah.
I don't know how this happened. This is unreal.
I mean, because honestly, it almost feels as if it was like a live auction draft. Like, it was basically all these numbers got called out, and then just nobody wanted to bid higher than 816, but everybody was disclosed to the number.
It was just it's like it started off with me like 258, I see a 385, 387, 400, 589, 813, 816 going once, going twice. Sold to Jay Luthbro. That's really probably what happened.
Yes. Maybe we just didn't see it at night.
I guess they had a Zoom call without us again.
Without us, yes.
That's what they did. They had a Zoom call without us, and then they used my bid as the base.
They keep locking us out of the Zoom calls.
I know. It's getting annoying.
Maybe they just get tired of seeing us on the YouTube.
I guess so. With this dude, I don't know. I don't know if it's an overbid or an underbid. I just said wild.
Wild.
This is wild. It absolutely is. There was 8 bids. This is a fucking record.
It's madness.
This is absolutely insane. $816 for this man, Jerome Ford, and then right after Kareem Hunt signs with him. Here's the thing.
Who's the real winner here?
Luke.
It's Luke.
It's a fantasy visionary. He is
Senor Pepe.
He's the king. Now I will say this: I think Jerome Ford is going to be the clear-cut RB1, just based off of his performance last week against the Steelers defense.
Well, yeah, and then
he's good
and then to make argue your point as well. I mean, they wouldn't have cut Kareem Hunt already, at the beginning of the season if they were going to, bring him back and start him over Jerome Ford. Right. They obviously wanted to move on. They thought Jerome Ford was the better option, which he is a talent. He actually initially got recruited by Alabama and then finished his career at Cincinnati. But you can't go to Alabama unless you're good.
Right.
Especially at the running back position.
He's very young.
Yeah, so
that's a big thing with the running backs nowadays. If you're in your early 20s, oh baby, let's go.
Yeah, it's really become the Leonardo DiCaprio position of the league. Once you turn 25, you're done.
You're done. I'm done playing with you.
Yes.
All right, let's get to the other ones. Jones from New Orleans, 135. That's an over.
That's an overpay.
Kirk Cousins, 71, over. Oh, what do you say?
No, I think it's an over, but not by much, because right now, value wise, I mean, everybody still has a lot of money, so technically,
well, except for Luth,
except for Luth, yeah, yep. But yeah, so I mean, I guess that's not terrible, just to make sure you secure them, but
so you think over still?
Yeah, just slightly.
It just looks bad because no one else bid on him.
Yeah.
But he is the quarterback, so no one else probably was. David Njoku, $51, overpaid. The only reason that this is a good pickup for Jerv is because A, he still has a shit ton of money. B, he needed to get rid of Pat Freiermuth.
Yeah, I don't understand why you have him.
Yeah.
Like, you have Pat Freiermuth if everybody drafted double tight ends.
Yeah.
And you just have to start somebody.
Yeah.
Or so everybody's on bye.
Let's see. Chiefs defense, 9. I think that's an under. I think Chiefs defense is going to be good against the Bears next week.
Oh, yeah, the matchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming Luke is playing, although
he's playing the next 2 matchups. He's playing Chicago and he's playing the Jets because the Jets' offense now
garbage.
It's sputtering.
Tutu Atwell, $7. That's definitely an under. I think Tutu Atwell. I didn't bid on Tutu Atwell because I figured people would pay like $100 for him.
Oh, it's definitely an under. But how many more weeks we got with Cooper?
I don't know.
Because so if it's definitely a good under. I mean, it's only $7. If you get them for another week, I think that's worth your money.
Yep, for sure. You got anything else?
Yeah, the other two, whatever, we don't care.
No, those don't matter. All right, let's see. Let's get to some trade analysis.
Actually, I do want to make one other point before we get to the trades.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a total of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 37 waiver wire transactions.
Really?
Just from the time from the from last waiver wire all the way up until today.
We're active, baby.
There is a active.
We are active. I said this. I said this so many times last year. This is why I love this fucking league so much.
A lot of rebranding as well. Had eight name changes. Again, a lot of rebranding.
I kind of like it. There's most leagues just stick with the same names. I love the rebranding.
Mm-hmm.
I love the rebranding part. I think we need to keep it going, honestly.
Yep. And then, of course, we're about to go into it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades.
5 trades in the last week. Just the last week.
Yes.
We got Bobby to thank for a couple of those, but
wild.
Yeah, this is I do love how this is what makes fantasy fun. Everybody being active, everybody just communicating with each other. I know I've been bad on that, but it's just it makes this so much more fun. This is so exciting.
Yep.
Let's get to the trades. The first one, this one happened literally right after we recorded the podcast last week. Bobby Eggleston gets Dameon Pierce and Matt gets James Cook. I know, in my opinion, I think on paper Matt won, but yeah, I think Matt won.
I got a B+ rating for Matt Wilson, and I got a B- for Bobby.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. It just depends. Honestly, Dameon Pierce just kind of depends on how the Houston Texans do. He's really kind of dependent on C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, and how that offense develops.
Right.
He's got talent, so obviously the slow start is not anything to get too worried about. He's done it before.
Right.
But at the same time, Matt Wilson got a good guy who's actually emerging in James Cook.
Yep.
So
that's what I was saying. On paper, Matt won this for sure.
Yes.
But I do like the potential Dameon Pierce has. So yeah, all right. I think we're in agreement there. Let's get to the next trade. Next trade, Huff. This is me. Oh yeah, Huff gets A.J. Brown. And I get Chris Godwin, James Conner, and Warren. I probably got trade raped in the long run, but I needed to make some type of move. I am depleted as fuck in the RB area. I don't know. I needed to do this now. I needed to make a move. I was started off 0-2. I'm a really, really bad team. I know I'm the top of the 0-2 clan here, but I think I have the worst 0-2 team.
And when you have that type of team, you've got to go and get players, and you just have to ride the numbers. It's a numbers game at that point. You just got to ride and see if you can have somebody break loose. So honestly, I really thought it was good both ways. Obviously,
it was a necessity trade for both people.
Yes,
it was a necessity trade. I needed this. He needed. Well, he didn't really. Yeah,
I was about to say that's more of a luxury for Huff, but a necessity for you.
Right. He will now have Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, and A.J. Brown as his receivers.
Again, he loves getting stacked receivers.
Dude, stacked receivers
every year. Huff just seems to have stacked receivers.
Yeah, I think honestly, looking back, if we fast forward 9 weeks into the year, looking back, I'll probably have gotten trade raped. But again, this is just plugging in necessities for me. So good job, Huff. Your lineup is gonna look just so fucking sick with those 3 wide receivers in it.
Yeah, I got Huff as an A. Obviously, get a class A. A top tier wide receiver.
Anytime you get that type of receiver.
I think you got a B+ on this one.
Oh, wow.
I think from a needs standpoint, when you're trying to, like you said, dig yourself out, getting quite a few pieces will help. The passing game for Tampa Bay is doing better than what expected, so Chris Godwin should benefit at least a little bit from that.
Mm-hmm.
James Conner, they're going to ride on him. for a while, and he is going to produce because that's the only thing the Arizona Cardinals have. But once he gets hurt, I think it's going to be about that time Jaylen Warren is going to take over for Najee Harris and help you out with.
You mean Josh Jacobs?
No.
Oh no, yeah.
Jaylen
Najee
Warren.
Harris.
Yeah. So and that way you've got him handcuffed. So if they do, Najee Harris actually falls down the lineup, Jaylen Warren's not only a good runner, but he's also a great receiving back.
Right.
So I think it benefits you well too, a little bit more so in the long term than you think, but more of a necessity for you, luxury for Huff.
Well said. Let's see. The next one is Biggs and Bobby. Another Bobby trade. Biggs gets DK Metcalf. Bobby gets D-Hop and Gus Edwards. I think when I was looking at this, I didn't know what to think.
Yeah, I got my opinion on it.
I didn't really know what to think. I like DK Metcalf. I think Bobby's I think he's buying D-Hop low, and like betting on a Gus Edwards being the back in Baltimore. I think Biggs won this. But Bobby, keep cooking.
Yeah, he tried to do the same move. I think he tried to do the same move with you and try to get pieces. I just don't like it as much. DK seems to be one of the top, again, another top passing dog. We thought Jackson Smith and Jigba was going to steal from, Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. That doesn't seem to be the case.
Nope. And the Seattle offense is going to they're getting rolling.
Yeah. And as far as like Hopkins and Gus Edwards goes, Gus, obviously he's the better of the two backs, but we've seen the Ravens do this whenever their lead back goes down. They do a running back by committee. No one's going to be consistent out of those guys. Like somebody might maybe get 2 weeks in a row, but that's about it.
Yeah, there really hasn't been a clear-cut number one fantasy guy in Baltimore since like Ray Rice.
Well, and I feel like their starter always gets hurt,
or they beat the shit out of their girlfriend.
Yeah, something happens to that starter.
Yeah.
So and then Hopkins. Yeah, he's a good talent, but that offense, it doesn't throw it enough for him to get the necessary catches that he's...
Tannehill's not it.
And, so Tannehill's not it. But
all right, well, good job, Biggs.
So I got an A for Biggs. I got a C+ for Bobby on that one.
It's okay, Bobby. Keep cooking, though. Keep cooking. Let's go. Let's see, the next one we got, Bobby gets...
Yet again.
Bobby again. He gets Kincaid, Zach Moss, and Justin Fields. He trades away, Joe, you get...
Joe Burrow and Dameon Pierce.
So he had Dameon Pierce for all of, 2 days.
Yeah, I was actually a little surprised. I didn't realize he actually had him for that short of time. But, I kind of got him for the same reason why he got him. Trying to buy him low.
I was about to say, you're selling high, buying... This is the ultimate sell high, buy low trade.
Yeah. Maybe not Justin Fields, but...
For you. But, well, you just got... It seems like you kind of just threw Justin Fields in there as, a little bit of, sweeten the pot, almost.
Well, if I was...
Sweet as Justin Fields can get it.
Well, if I'm going to get Joe Burrow, then I got to give him some confidence at quarterback, Right. I can't leave him to the waiver wire or else he wasn't going to... Yeah, I don't think he was going to keep that. But, yeah, Kincaid, I think, is the big plus for him here. He gets to move on from Pitts.
Right. He gets, and the good thing is for him, Zach Moss had an incredible week too. He had 18 points, I think. I don't think it's gonna matter when Jonathan Taylor gets back. Which is why I like the way you sold him high this week. It was a good move on your part.
And this was the only week you could because, obviously, he's gonna have maybe 2 more games. Or how many more games? Maybe 3 more games, probably. 3 more games. So his highest value is probably right now.
Gotcha.
Because otherwise people are going to be like, yeah, he's good, but at the same time, Jonathan Taylor's about to come back. So
again, Joe, good. I think you won this trade. As far if you look at the stats right now, it does not look like that. Mm-hmm. But I think this is a long run type of trade. I think you won.
I will have to say that this actually inspired my my new name change was this trade.
Oh yeah.
So basically, I was reading up on the team's message board or the team's Discord that we've actually gotten into this year, and Biggs D91 actually made a comment about this trade. He said, "Okay, now Bobby won that last trade for sure," referring to this one. He said, "Bobby might have just won me week 3." So that is my new profile picture, and my new name is Bulletin Board because you just gave me some bulletin board material, Biggs. So better watch out.
Dude, you should make a hoodie that says "Ain't hard to find."
Ain't hard to find.
Yeah, just wear the hoodie that says "Ain't hard to find" and never take off your glasses.
There
Just
you go.
Become Deion Sanders.
Yes, absolutely.
That would be awesome. So yeah, there you go. Give Joe bulletin board material. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's get to the last trade. I actually did not see this one because I was at work.
Yeah. Sorry.
So let me get this straight.
Luke is an absolute genius.
What happened here?
Well, this was right before. This is right before the Cam Akers trade.
Oh my God! So the the fantasy
Luke
visionary.
is a goddamn genius yet again.
God damn it, Luke! Oh my God! How do you do this, man? What the fuck?
Dude, he's on fire right now.
Oh my God!
The record shows it. He's 2-0. The man, drafts a free agent. And then makes trades seconds after the trades away.
Before.
Yeah, seconds before the Vikings actually trade for
so
a running back.
wait. Do we know this for sure that it was like before the Vikings traded for Cam Akers?
Yes.
It
Because this was
that
actually
is
mentioned
awesome.
in the Discord as well.
That
the
is
Discord conversation.
incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Luke, I kind of want to just give you a crown right now. I just this is absolutely impressive.
yeah, my grades are basically I said B plus just because Garrett Wilson, there's just iffy about the offense, whatnot. But I mean, that even might be an A at this point.
With
And
the
then-
100 FAAB dollars?
yeah, with 100 FAAB dollars, and then F.
It's
Definitely it's an A and an F. But that's hindsight. That's Captain Hindsight now.
Well, I mean, this show is hindsight.
Yes.
This show is all hindsight. So you got we take and work with what we got. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to I can't I don't know. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's incredible. This is Luke. I'm like, can I be your Padawan? Can you
show me your ways?
Yeah, please show me. I don't give me in how in Kung Fu Panda the turtle gives away his staff. Let me be that.
Okay.
Give away your fantasy advice, please. I need it. Wild. Okay. Yeah. So you got anything else on the trades?
That's about it on the trades.
All right. Let's do the preview real quick and get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Technologically declined against Team KennyGTX. I'm gonna lose. I'm all unless I can show myself that I can win. Team Connor's gonna beat me.
Yeah, 50%, 57% chance. I have to start Najee. Not a very good look. Lockett and Lamb will be solid starts. Michael Thomas could be good. Just it's a Olave show. Seems like. You're still waiting on Kamara. I guess the good thing is that Montgomery's probably not going to play, so at least it's not going to be as much points. But Allen, McCaffrey, that should probably lead the way.
So who you got?
I'm going to say Ken.
Okay. Let's see. You haven't seen Crazy yet. Crazy versus Pollard Greens. Both teams are hot.
I was about to say I like this matchup.
This is the matchup of the week. Now it looks like the projections look wrong because Chris doesn't have a kicker yet, but
so typical Chris.
Classic Chris.
Classic Chris.
Both these teams are on a fucking roll, man. I don't know who to pick. I don't want to pick against Chris because I was severely embarrassed. You know what? I think Chris is gonna keep the crazy going. I'm gonna pick Chris.
I'm going to go against you on this one. I'm going to go Matt Wilson.
Matt Wilson. Okay. What Herberts the most versus the Reek show? another fucking great matchup. I can't wait for this one. This is gonna be awesome. I think that they're pretty even on everything except for maybe I think Luther wins the tight end battle and Huff wins the wide receiver battle.
They're both starting two new starters for RB2s.
Kyron Williams and Jerome Ford.
No, I was gonna say Kyron Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs, but but Jerome Ford, that's true.
Luther started Jahmyr Gibbs RB2 last week.
Oh, okay.
So his new one would be the flex with Jerome Ford. So yeah, I'm pumped for this one. I'm gonna go with. Oh fuck! Who do I want to go with? Because they both scored around the same amount of points last week too.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, man, this is a toss-up. You know what? I'm gonna pick it's gonna flip a coin right here.
Flip a coin.
Tails is Luth, heads is Huff. It's tails. It's gonna be Luther. Luther.
I'm taking Huff.
Okay. All right. Cool. I love it. All right. The next one, Skol is in session versus Stinky McGee. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, my guy. I can't ever bet against Luke, ever again. I'm going with Luke. And honestly, Jerv's kind of got to show me something. He's projected to go over 100 points, so that's nice. With the week he had last week, I have to go with Luke, and just because he's the fantasy visionary.
I mean, he's got Patrick Mahomes, he's got Justin Jefferson, and he's got the top tight end right now in Hawkinson. Yeah, give me Luke.
Yep. All right, let's see. DK picks versus bulletin board. I think this matchup depends on how Joe Burrow does. If Joe Burrow does well, I think you got it. If he doesn't, I think it's Biggs.
We're going bulletin board material. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you as well. I'm gonna go. This is Biggs. We'll see if you can primetime Biggs.
I'm gonna primetime Biggs.
All right, last one. Jerkin Goff versus Caleb Pressley. Both teams are kind of struggling. Let's see which one's going to struggle more. I mean, he's got to get J.K. Dobbins off of his lineup. So I'm you know what? I think I'm going to go Caleb Pressley on this one. Bobby made some moves, but I don't know if they're going to pay off just yet.
Give me Bobby.
Bobby?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to disagree on that one. I just don't know where that second running back's going to come at, and
he's going to put Algier.
He'll put Algier back in, but I mean, he's still not a starter. I mean, he did have success with backups last year.
Yeah, he did. So, all right, well, that's it. You got anything else?
That's it.
All right, love y'all.